Hello, welcome back. Today we'll discuss methods in Java and method parameters, something we've been doing for quite some time, but I don't think we've talked about it explicitly. So now's the time. So here we have something, do something, a method. It's just generic, and we have a parameter int b. So this is method definition. This is called formal parameters here, where we define it. Now here we actually have the call to the method, do something, and that's the method invocation. And here we term this the actual parameter. So formal parameter here, where it's defined, and actual parameters here, where it's called. So we have this value a here we've declared. We set a to be 80, and print out the initial value for a. We expect it to be 80. Then we call do something, and then do something. The initial value for b, we expect it to be 80. We change the value for b to 33 here. And then we print it out again, and we expect 33 to be printed out here. The only thing that might be mysterious is what's the value of a after this call. Run it. So we see 80 here. Again, no surprise. Then the initial value for b is 80. And then the current value for b is 33. And then when the method returns, comes back to the call, and then we print out the value for a. The value for a is 80. And that's because, to understand that, Java parameters are value parameters. So referring back to our value type discussion, Java parameters are this picture here, where the parameter is a value type. It's a copy of the original value. So when do something is called, it's passed the value of a, 80. Its parameter is set to 80, but that parameter has a different memory location than the memory location for a. So when you change b, you change another memory location. So this memory location that b has is what's modified here, and a is untouched. This is a value parameter. Java only has value parameters. It does not have reference parameters. So that's how they behave. They behave like value types. All right, I've modified my example. I've created a simple class here called employee. I've put a single property in that class, a public property called age. And here I have commented out the previous example, and I create a new employee called A here, and set the age to 80, print out the initial age, and then I call a method called do something with employee, and that's right here, do something with employee, sets the age to 33. So let's see, so this is a previous example. Remember A was 80, then B was initially 80, then changed to 33, and A came back and was 80 again. We explained that that was a value parameter. So b is actually a copy of a, and it therefore varies independently of a. Let's run this example now. So now we see the initial value, not surprisingly, of age is 80 here. Do something with employee a here, but when it comes back, and I didn't have do something with employee print out anything here, now the value is 33, and that seems to contradict the previous example. It doesn't really, and to understand why, we have to go back to our discussion of reference types in Java. So employee is a reference type. Objects are reference types, and a employee sets up a class, and then when you instantiate it, that's an object. A reference type stores the memory location of the value. So the initial value of a set to employee sets the age to 80. And then the parameter, which is a value parameter, remember in Java, the only type of parameter is a value parameter here. So it's a different memory location, but it refers to the same memory location that a did. They share the memory location. So it's this picture here. A and b referring to the same memory location. So when b.age is changed, a.age is changed. The primitive type that we discussed earlier is this picture here. The parameter, value parameter, sets up a different memory location to store that value. So when b modifies, it doesn't modify the original value. It's independent. Here, pass by value, but so a new reference is created, but referring back to the same memory location. Therefore, the actual value is changed. So next time, we're going to extend our discussion of Java methods and parameters.